Greetings students, this is Sibasis Sandilya, and today in our discussion in computers we are going to discuss about the functions of operating system, and then we are going to discuss the question answers from this chapter, and we are going to complete this chapter in today's video. Again, before I start the class, let me remind you once again, if you have any doubts, please try to clear it by today itself, in this period itself. My phone number and WhatsApp number are given on the screen. If you wish, you can call me and clear your doubts. If your doubts are not being cleared by today itself, in this period itself, then you can try it again in the next computer class. Saying that, let us start the last part of this chapter. So today we are going to discuss about the functions of an operating system. So as you can see in the diagram, there are basically 5 functions of an operating system. The first one being memory management, then process management, the third one is file management, fourth one is device management, and the fifth one is security control. So first of all, we are going to discuss about memory management. The memory management of an operating system takes care of the allocation and deallocation of memory space to the various programs. In multi-programming, the operating system decides which process will get how much memory and when. So basically, the memory management function of the operating system decides which process, which program gets how much memory to use and at which time will it use. As I gave you an example earlier in a previous video, let us say we have 2 processes to clear. That means let us take an example. You are shutting down your computer, and just before shutting down you decided to print a page. So you print a page, press enter, then shut down the computer. Now the memory management function will decide, should the computer print that page then shut down, or should it shut down and ignore the printing part. So in multi-programming, operating system decides which process will get how much memory and when. And now there might be a problem, there might be a question that what is allocation and deallocation of memory. So now everyone knows that there is a temporary memory in a computer. For example, you are copying a movie of say 1 GB from your pen drive to the D drive of your computer. First of all, what happens? A slot of memory is allocated for the copying. Let us say the operating system decided that 200 MB space will be allocated for the copying of the file. So first of all, what will happen? 200 MB memory of the movie from the pen drive will be copied into that temporary memory. Once that slot is filled up, then that slot will get cleared up and that 200 MB will be stored in your computer's D drive. Then another 200 MB of that movie will be again copied onto that specific temporary location. So that is what allocation and deallocation of memory means. So the next function of the operating system is process management. Now let us discuss about process management. So in process management, process is a program in execution. First of all, try to understand that. There are programs. When the program is running in a running state, that means in the process of execution, then that program is called a process. When a program is in running state, then that program is called a process. Now, a function of the operating system is managing that processes. The process management module of an operating system takes care of the creation and deletion of a process. That means if you have started a lot of softwares at the same time, let us say you have started 2-3 games, you have started playing 2-3 movies in 3 different video players, and you are opening the camera, the paint, a lot of programs are started. Now the process management module of the operating system takes care that which program will start, which program will terminate. Deletion means termination of the process. That means closing that software or the program. The third point is when the user has multiple applications and processes running, it is up to the operating system to ensure that they have enough resources to run properly. Now, when you are opening a lot of processes together back to back at the same time, then the operating system makes sure that the computer has enough resources to run each and every program properly. And if it doesn't have that resources, two things may happen. One, it will ask you to close certain programs so that to make your device faster, or sometimes in your mobile phones also some messages pops up like saying like some battery draining apps are detected, do you want to close these processes? Otherwise, another thing may happen, your device will hang, it will get slow down. So that is the process management module of a operating system. So now let us get on to the third module, that is the file management module of a operating system. The file management module takes care of the file related activities. It provides the function to delete, copy, move, rename and view files. It allows all files to be easily changed and modified through the use of text editors. So basically, the file management module manages the activities like, for example, you have a PowerPoint presentation or a document file. The file management module will help you to delete that file, or to copy that file, or to move that file, or to rename that file, and so on. All those activities will be taken care of by the file management module of the operating system. I hope you understood that. This is very easy to understand. Okay, moving on. The fourth function of the operating system is device management. Now let us discuss what the device management module of the operating system does. A device driver or a software driver is a program within the Windows operating system which allows the user to view all hardware connected to the computer. Operating system manages the peripheral devices, that is, it manages the input and output of the computer. So first of all, I hope you remember what a peripheral device is. If you don't remember, let me remind you once again. A peripheral devices are those devices that are connected to the computer, like the webcam, the mouse, the keyboard, the printer, the speaker. All these are peripheral devices. Now, the device management module of the operating system manages these connected devices. That means it manages the input and the output of the computer. The device driver or software driver is a program within the Windows operating system which allows the user to view all hardware connected to the computer. So the device management, see, in your computer, if you press the Windows button and start typing device manager and press enter, then you will find all the devices that are being connected to your computer at that time. So that part is managed by the device management module of the operating system. I hope this part is also clear to you. So the next and the fifth and the last function of operating system is the security control. Now let us discuss what the security control module of the operating system does. So operating systems provide password protection to keep unauthorized user out of the system. It also protects the resources and information against unauthorized access. So basically, the security control module will allow you, that means allow the user of the computer system to create passwords to protect your resources and information. So when you decide to put a pattern lock or a password lock on your mobile phone or in your computer, that is controlled by the security control module of the operating system. And what is its function? It will help you to save your resources, your informations, your pictures, your movies, all the things, all your study materials from being misused or being deleted by some unauthorized personnels. So basically this brings us to the end of this chapter's discussion. After this, we are going to discuss some question and answers, and after that this chapter is over. Now let us discuss about the BIOS. I'm sure you have learned the term BIOS in your previous year, BIOS. Maybe you know the full form also, basic input output system. Now what does it do and what is it? I have given you it the concept in a question and answer format. So the question is, what happens when I turn on the computer? Number one, the BIOS program in the computer checks the function of any device connected to the computer and starts to look for the operating system on the hard drive of the computer. So the basic input output system in the computer will check the function of any and all devices that are connected to the computer. So it will check if the monitor is connected, if the keyboard, if the mouse is connected to the computer system or not. After that, what BIOS will do? BIOS will look for an operating system. If it is discovered, then the BIOS starts to load the operating system onto the random access memory. After that, when the operating system is loaded, the computer waits for commands from the user. So I hope this is also clear to you. If you have any doubt, feel free to contact me during this period, or if you have doubts remaining even after this period, then you can clear your doubts in our next computer class. Let's move on to another question. So the question is, name the functions of an operating system. Now, what I want you to do is pause this video and try to remember all the functions of an operating system that we just discussed and note them down. I'm not asking you to send me pictures of whatever you have written, okay? Don't send me the pictures. This is a self-assessment practice. Pause the video, try to write down the 5 functions of an operating system. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Pause the video for 30 seconds, try it out, and then play it again. I'm showing you the answers. So the functions of an operating system are: number A, memory management; number B, process management; number C, file management; number D, device management; number E, security control. While we are at this question, let us do a quick revision also. Memory management manages memory, as the name says. It will decide which process, which program will get how much memory to use and when they will get the memory to use. Number B, process management. Process management decides which process gets to be executed and which process gets to be deleted or terminated. Number C, file management. The file management module helps us to copy, delete, rename, create files. Number D, device management. It manages all the devices or the peripheral devices that are connected to the computer. That means it controls all the input and output of a computer system. Number E, security control. It helps you to protect your system from unauthorized use. With that quick revision of today's class. Let us move on to another question now. So here are some fill up the blanks. If the picture in your screen is not clear enough, let me read out the questions. Question number 1. Linux, Unix, MS-DOS, etc. are examples of dash. Question number 2. The fundamental goal of a computer system is to dash user programs and solve dash. Question number 3. The structure of operating system consists of dash layers. Question number 4. Dash are designed to provide platforms for multi-users and network applications. Question number 5. In multi-programming, operating system decides which process will get how much dash and when. Question number 6. Dash is a program in execution. So again, this is a self-assessment practice. Pause the video, try to answer these questions. Take no more than 1 minute to solve this. Pause the video for 1 minute. Try to answer that without going back in the video, and don't try to find out the answers. Try to solve it yourself. After that, I will show you the answers and match your answers with the correct answers, and you will get to know how much attention you have paid in today's class. Again, I am reminding you, don't send me pictures of your answers. This is a self-assessment or self-evaluation process. You will evaluate how much you have learned by yourself. After the course is complete, I will give you some problems, then you will send me the pictures, not today. So pause the video for 1 minute. I'm showing you the answers now. So these are the answers. Linux, Unix, MS, DOS, etc. are examples of operating systems. The second answer. The fundamental goal of a computer system is to execute user programs and solve problems. The third answer is the structure of operating system consists of 4 layers. Answer number 4. Server operating systems are designed to provide platforms for multi-user and network applications. Answer number 5. In multi-programming, operating system decides which process will get how much memory and when. Answer number 6. Process is a program in execution. I hope you got all the answers correct. If you didn't get all the answers correct, note down the correct answers and try to remember them. Let us move on now. Now here are some multiple choice questions. You have to write and tick the correct answers. I'm reading out the questions. Number 1. A dash is a software program that manages the hardware and software resources of a computer. Your options are A. Photoshop, B. System programs, C. Operating system, and D. MS Office. The second question is, a desktop operating system provides a dash that includes a desktop and the ability to manage files and folders. And your options are A. CUI, B. Text, C. TUI, D. GUI. The third question is, desktop operating system is also known as dash operating system. And your options are A. Server, B. Client, C. Program, and D. System. Pause the video if required and try to solve it yourself. Take only 30 seconds to solve this. Now I am giving you the answers. So number 1. A operating system is a software program that manages the hardware and software resources of a computer. That is answer number 1, operating system. Answer number 2. A desktop operating system provides a GUI, that is graphical user interface, that includes a desktop and the ability to manage files and folders. So the answer to question number 2 is GUI, that is graphical user interface. Answer to question number 3. Desktop operating system is also known as client operating system. So the answer is client. Let us move on to the next set of questions. Question number 4. Dash management takes care of file related activities. And your options are A. File, B. Device, C. Process, and D. Security. Question number 5. Dash protects the resources and information against the unauthorized access. And your options are A. Multiprogramming, B. Memory management, C. Security control, and D. Multitasking. Pause the video if required. Take only 20 seconds to solve this. Now I am showing you the answers. So Answer number 4 is file management takes care of file related activities. So the answer is file. Answer to question number 5 was security control protects the resources and information against the unauthorized access. So the answer is security control. So this basically brings us to the end of the chapter number 1 in your first year. So basically 50% of your syllabus in tier 1 is completed. So our next class will include a quick doubt clearing session. That means if you can clear your doubts today itself in today's period, if your doubts are not cleared by today, then I'm giving you a chance to clear your doubts in the next computer period. So our next class will include a doubt clearing session, and I will start the next chapter in our next class. I hope you enjoyed today's video and today's class. Thank you everyone.